Now, it looks like we got a new king in town, Nasty C. He's lit, man. A couple weeks ago, I decided to finally check out the artist that I'm gonna talk about right now, and I was definitely not disappointed. The big surprise that kinda caught me off guard is the fact that, as you can see from the title, this is a rapper out of Africa, South Africa to be specific, but the music in itself almost tells us a little bit of a different story. Maybe you're wondering what exactly I mean though. Well, that's where this video comes in. So yeah. Let's talk about it. Now, Nasty C is a 23-year-old rapper out of South Africa who's been making some heavy waves over there. By a lot of African hip-hop fans, he's considered as the guy, the chosen one, who's on a big mainstream level gonna successfully cross over to the US side of hip-hop and carve that lane for other African rappers who are trying to make it into the industry. I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely surprised to hear what his music actually sounds like because of where he's from. Now, my introduction to his music was this song called Eazy. I see you change the way you feel about me when the lights hit my jewelry. Now, as you can obviously hear, Eazy is an extremely hard-hitting rap song. I can say with confidence that this one got my undivided attention as soon as I started playing it. Listening to this record right here, it's extremely Travis Scott-esque sounding. The instrumental and overall feel of it is very atmosphere dominated, extremely captivating, and all around, it's a banger. Every blessing that I prayed for fell right down onto me. Now, I'd like to slap myself a couple times for not really paying attention to other types of hip-hop, meaning rap music from other places instead of just the US. That's what my platform is based on and will always be, but I think someone like Nasty C being out here, being dope, and having an entire movement and slowly creeping into the industry without a lot of us even knowing about him says a lot about where our focus really is. Now, let's talk about a couple things related to him though. Number one, he actually got signed to Def Jam earlier this year. South Africa's star rapper Nasty C signs with Def Jam Recordings. Award-winning South African rapper Nasty C has signed an exclusive pact with Def Jam Recordings through a joint venture with Universal Music Africa. A little bit later in the article, they mention how he's at the forefront of the new generation of rappers who are coming out of Africa, which that's very accurate as far as I can see. I don't know what percentage of rappers that major labels sign are out of Africa, but I can only imagine how small of a percentage it is. I have a feeling that Nasty C is the moment that changes though. He dropped an album in August though, titled Zulu Man with Some Power. There are a couple of recognizable industry features on here. T.I. is actually featured on 2 different tracks from the album. Dreamville's own Ari Lennox is also featured on here on this track called Black and White. In the past though, he's also collabed with A$AP Ferg on this track called King that dropped over 2 years ago, so he's for sure been tapped in with the industry prior to signing. He's also done a couple of notable and extremely dope freestyles like the Tim Westwood one and one on Sway in the Morning. I think the most interesting thing about this guy is the fact that he is so in tune with the kind of hip-hop we listen to on this side. Like I said at the beginning of this video, what caught me off guard is the fact that he is from South Africa, because the music itself exactly embodies that new generation sound that's so popping right now. Just from what I've heard, he clearly has an ear for music, definitely an all-around dope rapper, and one of the biggest advantages, just straight up as an artist, I think he has is the fact that he has an outside perspective on the music in terms of sound. Since he is originally from SA, born and raised there is gonna be somewhat of a different touch to his music, which I can for sure hear that. More than anything though, what I can also hear and what I'm personally the most intrigued by is his story. He actually has, like I said earlier, 2 different collabs with T.I., but on this one called They Don't, that serves as the outro track for his album, he touches on police brutality. He also talks about the fear he has of not making it back home. Definitely one of the more honest and real records I've heard from him personally. From what I can see, Nasty C is in a really good space where he's not in the center of the rap industry, but still kind of represents that sound in his music in a really dope and cool way. So obviously he's a part of the culture, but the thing is, he's approaching his music from a really focused place. The way I see it, that directly bleeds into the fact that he has so many people from his country that are counting on him. Not only is he on a major label that sees the value he can offer to the game, obviously otherwise they wouldn't have signed him, but he does have a really good shot at successfully crossing over to the American scene of hip-hop on a mainstream level. I think his transition is gonna come with some obvious obstacles. For example, the preconceived notion I had of what his music sounded like when I hadn't even heard any of it. That's just one little aspect, but it'd be a completely different story if he didn't fit into the rap game sound-wise. Now, one thing I'm questioning in regards to Nasty C is how much his label, the marketing department of Def Jam, are actually doing to promote him. Only saying that because the amount of Spotify numbers he has has in terms of monthly listeners should be way higher. The song that I showed you earlier, Eazy, has the potential to be that one song that takes his entire movement to the next level, and I'm not sure if whatever resources that are available are really even being put into marketing this record and pushing it in the right places. Number one, the most obvious thing is this song needs way more playlist placements, and I'm thinking if it can make it onto Rap Caviar, which is the biggest hip-hop playlist on Spotify, the song will catch some heavy heat, no doubt. Right now though, from what I can tell, he's still not a very much recognized face and name to a lot of hip-hop fans. This is, of course, where that successful transition that we hopefully see him going through in the future is gonna come in. At the moment, he for sure has a lot of support from his country, but I don't know what that big and global moment for Nasty C is gonna look like. I don't think it's gonna be a feature that's gonna change it all for him. From what I can see, he's standing on his own 2 feet, rising to the top through good music and overall consistency. His Zulu Man with Some Power project is a dope body of work, and I'm personally messing with it. A lot of different vibes on there, and like I said earlier, one thing that's really playing to his advantage is the fact that he does have an outside perspective on this new generation of hip-hop, strictly based off of where he's actually from, and I hope he always stays putting his country in the forefront in his story, because again, that's what makes him special and unique, and in due time, I think he's successfully gonna be able to cross over to this side of hip-hop. But yeah, there you have it, Nasty C. A lot of people have been asking for this video, so hopefully you liked it. But here we have a South African rapper who's pretty popping on that side, makes really dope music, and I'm definitely messing with him. Is this maybe the first time you're hearing about him? If you've checked out some of his music, what do you think about him? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.